Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I have another layout using the Roundabout Studio Calico kit, and I'm just showing you what I've done. I've cut some at 6 by 12 and then the rest I've cut into scraps, and that's going to be on the left side of the layout. And right now I'm just looking to see what 6 by 12 I could maybe use on this page, and these are just the scraps that I've kind of created. And as you saw, I want to use that title journey, and the J and the O kind of fell out, and it kind of gave me an idea. Because I wanted the word journey twice, and there was only the one on this chipboard. So what I decided to do was just cut it out, and then I kept the inside of the letters, because then that way it's going to make it easier to use it. And then I'll also use the alphas that came on this chipboard's sheet. Now this template is from the Crafter's Workshop, and it's called Arrows and Hearts. And I'm going to use, I did this page a few days ago and I don't have it in front of me. I should probably reach for it and get it. I believe I'm going to use the arrow with the dots, the arrowhead with the dots. And I'm going to glue it down into place with some temporary adhesive, the this to that. And then now I'm looking for my Hero Arts ink. It's called Butter Bar, and my background is a yellow cardstock. What I tried to do, because I tend to gravitate more towards for my background anyway, the earthy colors, and then I like to use bright colors on them. But I just want, in the kits there's always more, different colors that come in. So what I try to do is, if I use a craft the time before, I have to use a color, and then I can use a white or craft or a vanilla the next page, and then I have to use a color then one after that, just so that once in a while I'll break the rule and just kind of use two crafts, or a craft and a white in a row or whatever, if it doesn't go with the pictures whatsoever. But that's what I try to do, so that I do have pages that have some colors. So now I'm just going to ink up two arrows, because I want to put the title, or one of the titles, to the right of it. And then on the bottom of the page I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do the arrows to the right side, and I'm going to glue down my title to the left of it. So I just take a sponge and just ink it up. I seem to use inks more than sprays with my masks. I find it's less messy, like I have more control of exactly where I want to put the inks. So again, I'm going to put some temporary adhesive, and I'm going to put some to the center of the O and the R also. And then I'm going to take the regular title and I'm going to put it at the bottom of the page. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to ink it up, and I'm going to ink all the letters at the top of the page. So this is my third layout using the Roundabout Studio Calico kit, and it took me 1 hour and 4 minutes to complete. And up to now, I really like the fact that I've cut out my papers into scraps and using it that way. Like I said, maybe as I get further in the kit I won't like it, but up to now I seem to really like that. And again, I didn't realize that my camera shifted, so usually I have to have my cardstock right to the tip of my mat so that you could see everything, but my camera must have shifted, and I didn't realize, because I didn't do any process videos till I was working on the fourth layout. So I didn't know until the fourth layout. So hopefully, I believe I remembered to check it out when I started the fourth layout, to make sure that to move my cardstock so that you could see the full layout. And as you saw, I just kind of took the little inside of the letters and I glued it to, I'm going to call it my template now, my mask, and I'm going to keep it and try to use it again on some other page. I won't have the alphas, but I believe I have an alpha that we got from, it was Studio Calico, and it kind of has maps like that on it, and it's thicker, so I can still kind of use that kind of letters. So I'm going to cut down one of the photos to 4x4 just so I can have a different kind of configuration on my page of the way I put the layouts, or the layout of the photos. And this is when we were on the way back, I believe, from our little mini trip this summer to Quebec. And we kind of stopped, and everybody was in need of a break. So we stopped for a meal and to feed the baby and just kind of take a break. I think we stopped for almost an hour. So I just kind of took pictures because we were just outside, kind of chilling in the sun. And so now I'm going through some of the scraps that I had made and some of the cardstock, because I know I want to mat the photos so that they stand out on the page. But I'm not really sure what, at this point, I didn't know what direction I wanted to go. And then I thought, well, you did the title in yellow, so look for some yellow cardstock. So I had none in my scraps, so I went into my regular cardstock and grabbed this yellow, and it matches that Hero Arts Butterbar ink perfectly. And I'm gonna mat the photos, and I'm just gonna leave about 1/8 of an inch border around all sides. And this time around, I'm not going to cut down that stripe paper so that I only use a little bit, because I want some of it to kind of show everywhere. And I know I want to use that grid paper as my journaling spot. I just don't know where I want to put it at this point. And I'm not sure how I'm going to put that stripe paper. So I don't cut anything down until I know exactly how I want to put it. And I'm going to put some of that arrow paper, and I decide on putting that journaling card at the end of the photos. So I'm going to cut it down to about 4 inches, and I'm going to mess up and I'm going to cut it too short, but it won't matter because I'm going to put some washi tape, and one of my clusters is going to be right there, so it's going to kind of cover that up. So I lost my E. And I was looking at it going, I probably should move those letters because I'll probably lose them. And my E ended up sticking, I believe it was to my template. So when I took my template away, it took the E with it. So it's going to take me a few minutes. I'm looking on the floor, looking everywhere, and then I found it on my template that it was stuck to it. And now I'm going to look through the rest of my chipboard sheet. And what I'm really trying hard this month is to use what came in the kit first. Because I always get to the Kill a Kit video and I'm like, oh, I forgot about this and I forgot about that. So I'm trying to use up what is in the kit. So I'm taking out those chipboard stickers every time I do a page. I'm taking out the alphas, and this time it came from the chipboard sheet. And I mean, sometimes it's just not going to match. So, you can't help but going to your stash. But I'd like to, until I get to the end of, because I usually get about 20 layouts done, and I can't see this month being any different. I'm just going to try and do it a little faster because this is June. I have July, August, and September sitting in boxes or containers, and I want to get them used up. And I'm not sure how much longer I'll be a Studio Calico kit member. I think I'd like to try another kit, but I don't want to start another kit until I have this one all done. So I don't know if I should just stop getting it, like cancel my membership, and then wait a few months until I get caught up. I'm kind of going around with that. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do because I don't want, 7 kits piled up. I want to use my stuff. And I like getting 20 pages ahead. And I know I fell behind because we went on a vacation and then I got sick. So that was 1 week on vacation, 1 week I was sick. And then the whole month of August, I worked like a mad dog. So, I kind of got behind. But in 3 or 4 days, I got 5 pages done. So I feel like I'm, starting to hopefully going to get some done. And this rotation, I only work 4 shifts and then I have a day off and then I work a short shift. So I should be able to get, quite a few pages done. So now I'm looking at my washi tape and I know I want to use that camera washi tape that was from Allison Craft, and I need to buy another one of that washi tape because I've used it so much that it is dwindling and I don't want to run out, and I'm afraid that they're going to stop making it and then I won't have a second one. So now I'm feeling good how everything looks, so I'm going to start gluing all the layers down, and I'm going to use a combination of ATG and my quick dry adhesive. And I had a few questions about where I get my refills for the ATG. And my friend orders it in bulk, and she orders it in bulk, and I order 50 to 70 every time she orders it. So I know I have tons here. But I found some at Life in Bits and Pieces. It is a scrapbook store online. And I believe she sells them for about $2 a roll. I just don't know what her shipping would be like on it. I ordered some flares from her before and her shipping was really reasonable, but I've never ordered any ATG tape. So now I'm going to keep adding my stuff to the embellishments to the page. And I had some bits and pieces left from a 6x6 page that I had cut out from Amy Tangerine and Simple Stories. And what I did was I cut up the 2 pages and I put it in a little baggie. And I keep it with my kit, so that'll be my stash that I use for this month that, I want to use up. So I've already all cut it up and put it in a baggie, and I take it out almost every layout and see if there's anything that I can add to the page. So this time there was a little piece of paper that was yellow and with white writing on it, and then I took that little Polaroid with the brown and beige polka dots, and now I'm going to put some foam tape in behind that little speech bubble that says best ever. And the other one right underneath the little circle came from the chipboard sheet that came in this month's kit, and it says road trip, the other one says travel, and the other one says you are here. And now I'm going to glue down that title, and it says journey, and it kind of has a map print on it, so it's perfect for a road trip page. And then I'm going to add some washi tape, and it is from Allison Craft, and I absolutely love it. I have to make sure to order some more because I've used it so much that it is dwindling. I don't have a lot left, and I want to buy more before they stop making it, because they come up with so much different stuff right now that things don't stay available for so long. So now I went through my stash and got some tweets, little birds from Studio Calico, and I'm going to take out some twine from my stash, and I'm going to add some American Craft this to that dot adhesive. I was looking for the word. It's called dot adhesive, and it's non-permanent at first, meaning that you can lift it up and put it back, but eventually it does become permanent so that it doesn't lift off in your scrapbook page. I'm going to add some Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive to the back of my birds, and the Quick Dry Adhesive, I get mine at Michael's, and I always make sure that I use a coupon on it. I believe Michael's sells them for like $9 a bottle, but I either get a 40 or 50% coupon. And I don't mind spending a 50% coupon on something like that because there's hardly anything that I want at Michael's now. I mean, they do have the Becky Higgins Project Life products now, but I have quite a bit of Project Life The only thing that I saw from Project Life that I really want is they have cards that are for collections now. So they have it for the Maggie Holmes and the Amy Tangerine. So I want those really, really bad. So I got to go to Michael's and see if they have those, because I'll be buying those for sure. But they're mini kits, so it's not like a huge kit. They had them at Simon Says, but they were sold out. So now I went through my stash and got some enamel dots, because they didn't provide us with any enamel dots, and I love adding enamel dots to my pages. And now I'm going to add some glimmer glaze, and I had a few questions about that, what it was and where I get it. It is a Tattered Angels product, and it's called Glimmer Glaze. I got mine in between Simon Says, Custom Crops, and I saw it at A Cherry on Top also. And just make sure you search under the Tattered Angels tab, and it is called Glimmer Glaze, because they have Glimmer Glam, and I don't like the Glimmer Glam. The Glimmer Glaze is what I like. It dries up shiny, and it dries off on shiny surfaces that you would normally use like StazOn to stamp on. Well, that stuff dries on it, and it doesn't soak in the paper. It sits on top of the paper, so I really love it. So it actually, dries up in a little bubble. So that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.